Now, how did you compare him to Hendrix?
Oh yeah, I mean, as far as being blues based, like everyone, the great guitarists are. That's just the lead, the solos that he was playing there were so varied and so just refreshing, and had so many cool ideas mixing it up. I mean, it was amazing.
He did, but he had a bunch of cool ideas during that set. Like, we hooked up a wire right to my headset, and in the middle of his set, he said, "Give her to John." Right in my. A lot of great ideas. No, just kidding. Hey guys, no, hey, listen, really, really amazing, man. I'm glad no technical problems with song 2, but no, listen, guys, like he said, really, just blew us away. That is a lot of fun to listen to people who do it that good. Where are you guys from?
New Yorkers.
New Yorkers.
But New Jersey originally.
Oh,
Jersey.
Yeah? What town? What town in Jersey?
I live in Tenafly right now.
Is that where you grew up?
Glen Rock.
Oh, Glen Rock. Okay, yeah, Tenafly, right over there by
Bergen.
Yeah, Bergen County. Good stuff. How about you?
Bergen County also, but I live in Brooklyn now.
Okay, and you live in New York now, John?
I do, but I was born in Patterson, raised in West Long Branch.
Oh, wow, Patty, born in Patterson. There you go, absolutely. Lou Costello.
Yeah.
But I've been a New Yorker for, too long now, so.
When did you start playing guitar like that, man?
Wow. It was about 8th grade, I picked it up for the first time.
Really?
He played sax.
I fell in love with the
that.
Beatles. I think it was Ed Sullivan and the Beatles that really got me into it.
Can you imagine, like, it's so funny, again, I point this out a lot, it's like a broken record, but they're re-airing it. So the Showtime has a documentary about the Eagles, the band the Eagles, on right now. And it's really fascinating, and Don Henley and Glenn Frey both say how they watched the Beatles live on Ed Sullivan that night. Wow. That one night, okay, you think about every big guy, from Springsteen to guys like you to the Eagles. Every single guy was watching that night. That one particular night, there was no Twitter. They didn't YouTube it. They happened to be in their parents' house, about 12, 13 years old, or whatever.
Everybody remembers that. There's two nights. It was the night JFK was shot, the day JFK was shot. Everybody can remember where they were. Right. And the other night is that first Beatles show.
The Beatles, and that changed it for you in a way, huh?
Yeah, it did for me, I think.
Wow. And did that make you want to be more a musician or a rock star? You know what I mean? Like,
it was really, I mean, as much as that looked like a really good job to me, I think I fell in love with the music, I gotta say. I mean, but there was just, I remember like making a construction paper, like, Rickenbacker copy of John Lennon's guitar, and like going down in the cellar and like on the old discarded sofa and jumping up and down, like just strumming this thing and playing the 45s, because that's what we were into.
You see, I did the same exact thing, but I wasn't smart enough to learn how to play guitar. I went a different route, but my partner, on the other hand, John, did learn how to play, and you have just been raving about John's guitar playing.
John started playing sax and then went to guitar in middle school, and just obviously his evolution eclipsed anything I could even imagine.
You said he's the best guitarist we've had up here.
I think so, yeah. I mean, there are very few men in the world who can do what he was doing. I think it's really, like, creative. Everything's based in the blues, but, man, the way that you mix it up. And, there's something to be said for someone who just never misses. It's just everything is just money.
Now, do you two other guys agree with that, or are you sick of Jonathan?
Both.
Yeah. Careful. You guys are also great at what you do too. I mean, when you can keep the instrument on.
Well, I love the harmonies too. The background singing, the harmonies, amazing.
The bass, everything, and it's just three guys. That's what I like too. It's just three guys.
Yeah.
Putting out all that sound. Are you on the road? Are you on the road a lot together?
Not exactly. We do. Basically, I make my living as a guitar player for hire, so I'm on the road a lot.
Okay,
but with other bands,
You're a working musician.
Yeah. So and Frankie does a lot of that too. And so when there's time and I'm off the road and there's time to book the band, we do it. But this is our labor of love. We're trying to make it as lucrative as we can, but it's our labor of love.
Should. Yeah,
How long have you guys? I read a press release for you guys, and it said that you've got a lifetime of collaboration together. How long have you been playing together?
Yeah, we started working sometime in the late 80s. It must have been like 87, 88, and 89, something like that.
We were like 5 years old then.
It was,
Yeah, exactly.
we used to play this club on Staten Island called the Dock of the Bay, at Dock and Bay Streets. And,
Right.
the gig would start at 11 and go to like 3, you know. So it's
Wow.
we don't do that anymore.
No, why bother?
Tonight.
Except for tonight. That's
Yeah, you're working late. You're working late tonight. Now, when
Yeah.
you say you make a living as a musician, does that mean like weddings and stuff like that?
No, I work for the last 13 years. I guess my biggest job has been working for Steely Dan, playing guitar with Steely Dan.
Oh, that's great.
So
Yeah.
That's
Recording.
great.
I've done all this.
So now, do you want to punch me in the face for asking me if you play weddings? Because if you do, I don't mind. That way, so you're playing with Steely Dan on the road.
Yeah, we got a big long tour coming up this summer.
Wow, that's
40
great.
some
So
dates this
they're
summer.
going out. I saw them at the Beacon, probably with you a couple of years ago.
You
right?
did.
Yeah,
You definitely did. Yeah.
Man, it's great to see Steely Dan, especially at the Beacon. I love them and the Allman Brothers at the Beacon Theater, but they're going out again.
I mean, this summer we're doing it again. I'm surprised. I wasn't sure it would happen again, but you know.
That's
but
got to
it
be a
happened.
nice phone call to get. Hey,
It
we're
is
going
a-
out.
It is a nice one.
Well, that's great, man.
Yeah, it's good.
That's
I got one more year of my daughter's college education to pay for, so it's very timely.
And there's way worse ways to do that, man. Now, what about you guys? You got something going on, or
Well, yeah,
you
I'm
gonna
doing-
quietly tell me you play for McCartney, or
I do work with Darlene Love a lot, and she's working a lot more because this movie, actually, the premiere was tonight.
Yeah, okay,
of,
yeah, I heard about
something,
this.
20 Feet from Stardom or something like that.
Oh, that's right, about backup singers. Yeah.
So I've been working with her for many, many years, and also this band called Renaissance. They're like a prog rock band from the 70s.
Okay.
So, you know, we keep busy one way or another, you know, just eke it out. So,
Now, is Darlene on the road doing stuff? Has she still have her
actually,
chops?
she's not on the road right now, but she's working a lot more now because of this. She's promoting this movie like crazy, and supposedly a lot of tour dates are going to come in soon, so we'll see.
Now, what about you, sir? You,
No, this is my only musical interest.
well, that's not bad.
It's a good one.
Yeah, why not? I mean, you casually, you just play this great, and you just do
Well,
it.
I mean, we've been playing together and writing together for the last 25 years, and you know, it's all I'm really interested in doing musically.
Man, it's interesting. I mean, you know, so what comes easier then to you guys? I don't know how often I mean, do you like the music or the lyrics? I mean, what's better?
Probably the music comes easier.
But the lyrics are more fun to write.
Yeah.
I can tell you that.
Yeah, I could imagine. Yeah.
I mean, I think because especially for me, I mean, because I live with for so long with a guitar on my back, you know, the musical thing, it definitely comes easier. The words, you know, I gotta wait for the right words sometimes, or we have to be patient about it. We have to have a good idea, and you know, so that's a bit, but in a way, it's the more fun part because you know. Music has become easier, and I'm more facile with it. You know, the lyrics have always been harder, but then when you get something you like, you really feel like rewarded.
Right. And
in
how do you
way,
put a
know?
deadline on something that's like art? You know, you got to wait for it to come. It's an odd situation.
John,
Yeah, you got to show up, but
Yeah.
but you know, if sometimes it happens or doesn't.
Right.
But we've been working hard. We got another. I think finished like the 9th song for the next record. We're gonna make another one
Oh, good
early
for
next
you,
year
man.
when all this touring is done. I'm
Well,
gonna,
you're into it then. Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna keep it up.
how different is it touring with Steely Dan as opposed to touring with Bette Midler?
And I have a follow-up question. Have you ever been asked a worse question than that?
Well, you know, I got to say, I mean, they're both pretty unique jobs. Not much like one another, but I mean, Bette Midler was. I did that for a couple of years maybe somewhere around 2003, 2005, in that range there, and I'll tell you, you could stand up there and pull your pants down, and like nobody would look at you because whenever she's on stage or whenever there's a camera rolling or there's an audience there, every eye is on her. She is the most riveting performer I've ever seen. It's almost weird to watch. She's so powerful.
She knows what to do.
She's so sort of on, you know. It's like she's kind of always on. It's kind of amazing, you know. And so that was a phenomenal thing just to witness. But the musical thing, it's all over the map because she's done a lot of different styles all through her career, and it doesn't have the same sort of musical focus that a Steely Dan gig does.
Right,
Steely Dan is pretty unique, and it's a hybrid, but it's a very unique hybrid, and it's the song catalog is just one of the best.
Oh, I know.
So it's like, you know, and
Fantastic.
like plus there's guitar solos like almost every song. So
Yeah.
Right.
it's hard to beat. You know,
Yeah.
kind of gig.
Well, it's like who's the guy who plays with the keyboard for the Chuck Leavell for the Stones with the
yeah.
keyboards. He's quite, you know, you seem to remind me of that. Like, you know, like Leavell's out with the Stones and he's
It
like,
doesn't get better than that.
No, I know. I mean, I saw him actually. He's in the Scorsese documentary, and the Stones played the Beacon, and you don't realize how, you know, you just think of Wyman and Richards and these guys, how many opportunities there are for a keyboardist and piano player to shine at a Stones gig. You know, they'll use them for the beginning of Sympathy for the Devil, or you know, Let It Bleed. It's all piano and stuff. You know,
there's a lot. You know,
right. Well, listen, I hope you come back here, guys. I would love to have you come back.
And, we'd love to come back
and hear more of it. Until then, good luck with Steely Dan.
Well, thank you.
Good luck with everything else, and
come see us.
Yeah, so I would love to. You probably play the Beacon again. I'd love to check it out there again.
Yeah.
So you have an album.
Yeah, the album is. I'm sorry. Here, just show that. This is for the Time on My Hands. Is the name of the album. And can we find you at like JonHeringtonBand.com or
Just
something?
JonHerington.com.
JonHerington.com.
If you think in threes, you spell it right. It's JonHerington.
Twitter's the same thing. With
easy to get it wrong, but
Twitter will find you too, like we find everybody else. And again, the album "Time on My Hands." We just heard "I'll Fix Your Wagon" and Caroline, yes, and there it is.